All right. Well, we live. So, I mean, for people who are like going to really watch this, it takes them a few seconds because it's going to be lagging. So, hi for anyone who's watching the replay, anyways. Be alive.
And if you're here, hi.
Yeah. Hello. So, hello, peoples. Salutations, readers. So, my name's Nkechi, and this is my mom here. First time I'm having a guest here on my channel. So, we have our mama. And as you can tell, I am considered her mini-me because I'm literally like a younger version of my mama. That's just how genetics worked, I guess. So, yeah. Anyways, it looks like we have a comment for this early. So, hello, books, girls, and purrs. Yes, Saturday indeed. Don't forget the like button and some love. Yes, please do. If you feel like it, that'd be very much appreciated. So if you are here live with us, please let us know what are y'all going to read. If you're going to read. If you're not going to read, that's okay.
I still want to know. I'm curious.
That's
not
true.
Nosy, curious.
Right. I mean, if you're not going to read, let us know.
Let us know. I want to know what's going on, what you're doing on a Saturday afternoon. What's happening?
Yeah. You know, you got work and you're going to do some things. You're going to be here for a little bit. That's okay. We're just gonna be here to read for like 2-3 hours, not very long, so we're gonna be all right.
Well, hold on. First of all, you're here asking people to let you know what you read. Are you gonna tell them what you read?
I always tell them what I'm reading.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Chad. Go ahead.
Anyways, I am reading Open Water by Caleb Azula Nelson. This is a contemporary literary fiction book, adult. This is also his debut novel. So, because Caleb Azula Nelson is a British Ghanaian author. Yes, I actually already read his sophomore novel, Small Worlds, this past summer. So now I'm reading his debut novel. And I'm already a third of the way through. So I'm just trying to finish the next 2/3. And it's less than 200 pages. So I am going to get through this. It's an emotional read. So take my time with it. Okay. Anyways, what you reading, Mama?
All right. So, yeah, mine is a little heavy. I'm reading Toxic Charity. That's what I'm reading. So in my job, I work for Mill City Church here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And my area of concentration is community impact. So I am reading and trying to understand, actually not understand, but get language for what it looks like to give in not only given out of a motive that, hey, you want to help, but also to make sure that the people that we're helping, we're actually helping them and not make them more dependent on our help, if that makes sense. So we want to give them a hand up, not a handout. Right. So reading this is giving me language so that I'm able to teach, share with a team that I'll be developing that will help us to make sure that the outreach that we're doing in Northeast Minneapolis, that is not only wide, but it's also deep, meaning we have long-lasting, trusted relationship with our partners here in Northeast Minneapolis. So excited about it.
Yep. And you're going to your goal is to read like a chapter?
Yeah, that's my goal.
Right. You're not trying to speed through run this. You're just trying to one chapter at a time?
I don't read as fast as you do. That's my thing. I wish I did, but I don't. Because the problem is I read 2 sentences and the sentence will hit me. I'm like, ooh, and then I sit and I contemplate and I think through and I think of different scenarios and what if the sentence makes sense, if it's accurate. Because sometimes you read stuff, you're like, I know a circumstance that would not fit, so I don't know. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing.
I mean, there's plenty of readers in the book community as a whole, not just on YouTube, but even on Instagram, TikTok, like other places, they read it as slow as you. You know,
I believe it. So that's why I'm trying to warn you right now. Don't try to speed. I mean no speedy. Me, hopefully that's my goal. Because I think a chapter is 20 pages. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how y'all do, but let me tell you, when I read the first thing, so I already have my chapter 5, right? Mm-hmm. I literally will go and find out, okay, how many pages?
Yes. I checked too. I'm like, wait, are these long chapters or short chapters?
Oh my gosh. And I'm like, okay, so right now I'm on 65, so 84. So that's almost 20 pages. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, whew. So I'll be pacing myself. Let me tell you, I can't. I mean, God bless you for those of you that can just read through, boom, boom, boom. Me cannot do. Oh, what she said you reading?
Yep. We have Books, Girls, and Purrs is reading House Made of Dawn and The Ancient Child are both on TBR. Both books are by N. Scott Momadé, an Indigenous author, right? Because today it's November, so it's Native American Heritage Month.
Sure. Oh.
So House Made of Dawn. I've never heard of these titles or this author. Let me look it up.
All right.
House. Oopsie, I did that wrong. I'm looking on Storygraph. House Made of Dawn. Yes. So this is TBR. So this is a classic.
Oh, okay.
From 1968. Okay, let's actually look at other stuff in this author. So, there's too many books. Never mind. Shouldn't bother with that. What was the other book called? The Ancient Child. Oops. Okay, I am typing in an angle, so this is going to be interesting.
Bye. Is that the one?
And there you go. This is the one. This was historical. This one's it's not quite a classic, but it's more, I guess, more modern-ish, but still historical because it's in 89.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, but this one's longer though. The other one was like less than 200 pages. But this is also slow pace. So, alrighty. Well, okay, cool. Stuff from the TBR. Alrighty, let's go back to the comments. The books you both are gonna read sound interesting. Yes.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
Try them.
I mean, for you though, you're reading a nonfiction book. For me, I'm reading fiction. So for me, it's easier to read fiction faster. I don't even read a lot of nonfiction. It takes me a long time to even absorb nonfiction.
Okay.
Especially if they have especially their essay collections and their long essays. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take forever a day.
But you know what's crazy? I used to read a whole lot of fiction. You already know what my bookshelf used to look like. A whole lot of fiction, child. I mean, I was in it, in all the tea and the drama. Now, though, it's more of, honestly, I would say since 2015. No, let me think. I'll say 2015 or so. I started reading more like either
self-help, personal growth.
Yeah, I don't like not self-help. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Personal growth. I don't do self-help.
Personal growth, spirituality.
Yes.
Some of that.
Yeah. But this is fascinating. Because there is charity out there, and that some of them are toxic and some are helpful.
Yes.
A lot of them are toxic because that's unfortunately more easier to do, but then you're not helping the people, you're making them more dependent.
Yes.
And that's not.
And then you're asking people to give money, but it's also like, are you really giving money to the people who can access it and actually getting the help, or are we just giving you money to your pocket?
Not even that. There's some people that give and they actually give to the people. The problem is the way they give it, the system that they're giving it, it makes the people more dependent on that system instead of creating programs where you are empowering those people so they can get out of the poverty.
Also more like self-sustaining.
There you go.
Right.
So that you can get them out of the poverty instead of leaving them in that system, and it's a cycle.
Right.
And where you stay year up a year, decade upon decade. It's like, no. You're there to help. You're not supposed to be there till kingdom come. Like, you're there, it should be a short-term thing. Okay, we're going to put a system in place so that we can empower you so you can get out of this, so you can become better, and you can pull your family out of it as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Alrighty.
So
there's a nonfiction bio I read called Why Willie Mae Thornton Matters by Lenny Denise. That was really good.
Okay.
Why Willie Mae Thornton?
Okay.
Why? Okay. Oops. Why Millie Mae? Yeah, this one. There's not a lot of information, unfortunately, on Storygraph, but it shows it's nonfiction, feminism, gender, history, queer, music, race. Dang, that's a lot.
Ooh, okay.
DJ, all right. Okay. Interesting now.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just going to put the one to read because I'm like, I don't know. That sounds like a random nonfiction to read. I'll just put in my TBR right there.
Okay.
Hey, that's what I love about these reading sprints, Mom. I've been getting some recommendations like, you know what?
That
TBR.
Sounds good. Right. Well, thank you for that.
Oh, hey, Nat. Yep, taking Pearl on a walk right now, but be joining after. Okay.
Sounds great.
Yes, Pearl is Nat's I think a husky.
Oh.
Yeah, blue eye, very adorable dog. I love the dog so much. So all right. Make sure Pearl gets them nice walk.
Please.
Yep. All right. So it's about to be 10 after, so we can at least figure out how long we spread. So 30 minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's start short.
Yeah.
So read until so we'll read until 40.
Okay.
So that'll be our 30 minutes.
That sounds great.
Hold up. Oopsie. Oh, my TBR is getting huge. Joining his friends. Yes, I know. That's what happens here. I forgot this comment. Yeah, nice to meet you, Ketchy's mom.
Hi, how y'all doing?
Alrighty. Anyways, let's get started. So, And also we have interesting ambience this time because my mom
somebody
loves
suggested 40 minutes.
Wait, no, that's my comment.
Oh, that's you?
Yes, I put it that.
Read on to 40. Oh.
Yes. So yes, books, girls, and princesses. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So for the ambience, we're doing some jazz coffee shop because my mom really likes listening to jazz. So that's what our ambience is.
All right, let's go.
Yep. So anyways, let's mute ourselves and let's go on to it.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. That was the end of our first sprint. So let us know in the chat how far y'all gone, whether with audiobook or whatever. Let's see. For me, I've read about, wait, how many pages? I can do math. 18. There you go. Nearly 19 pages.
Me too. I'm 2 pages away from my chapter.
Wow. You gonna read another chapter then?
Oh, no.
Well, then what you gonna read afterwards?
I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll read another chapter.
Or are you just gonna chill and just listen to jazz? Okay, I guess you're gonna chill and listen to jazz.
I was there.
Anyways, how was the chapter that you're almost done?
You know what? It is interesting and fascinating. So right now I'm reading the part where he is talking about how, so he started off with mission trips that churches be doing. Yeah, how, oh, you're good, it's gonna change your life, and blah, blah, blah. Well, he's like, listen, the investment that people need when they do this mission trips, it actually requires a long-term investment, not a short-term one. Because that short-term one is just people making money out of it. You go in and go out. You're not really making an impact. If anything, you're being a nuisance. You're disturbing the people. And most of the time, when they do that so-called short missionary trip, they're going in with the mindset of they're going in as an emergency assistance, but it's not emergency assistance. Like right now, like what's the word he used? He says not emergency assistance is like what he said. It's like they need development, meaning the emergency is over. Now they need to create systems to not make things sustainable, so they can grow and get better.
Okay.
So, but they said according to him, he said that most of this short-term mission should just come having near myself emergency, and it's not an emergency. Like right now, we need to create systems, and I highlighted. He said development that's about enabling indigenous people to help themselves. This requires a long-term commitment, not a sort of involvement that lends itself to a short-term mission trips. So not only coming there to help develop, but now you have to enable them, the people living there, to help themselves so that, they can stand on their own 2 feet.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah. So that's how he starts with this thing. And then, I have to highlight this because this sentence here was interesting. He said, religious tourism would have much more integrity if we simply admit that we are off to explore God's amazing work in the world. Meaning, instead of thinking you're going to go rescue, you go in and say, hey, let me see what God is doing in this area. Does that make sense? So let me get involved and see what they're doing already, what God is doing, and how you can help with that. Instead of going like you're going to rescue, that kind of a thing. So that's what he mean by that sentence.
Okay, because I was like religious tourism, like what?
Yeah, that's why he's calling those missionary trips.
I mean, I think it's quite accurate.
I'm just saying, because man, let me tell you, organizations be making money off of this because these trips are not cheap.
That's why I'm always beside that, and I'm like,
raises my young good. It's like, bro, let's stop the buffoonery. So that's basically what he's saying. He's like, let's stop the buffoonery. Let's just
call it what it is.
Well, and then just literally just say, hey, let's just go and see what God is doing, and then be a part of, see how you can be part of that. And so he actually gave an example of his life because he's been doing this for decades. He gave an example where, of course, he had a church that was, donating money to help fund his income while he's doing the work he's doing in the inner city. And so he said this church came to him, was like, yeah, we are trying to find ways how our church community can help and participate in the inner city. And he's like, okay, cool. So he's giving all this different lists, like, hey, this blind woman, we need people to teach, to tutor. We need people to help paint somebody's home, whatever. Like he had all this like everyday list. And he said the way they were looking at him, he knew, this is not the kind of list they want. So he's looking at him like, okay, so what's up? So basically they want to do this thing where he creates a list where they can pick out of the list what they want to give their money to, instead of them coming to do the work, right? And he was like, and he said they even give like a little hints that they might increase their support for him. And he was like, yeah, I don't like the smell of this, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you're basically trying to manipulate me to do that. He's like, nah. So he said, this is what he told them. Hey, how about you guys go back, point a person that their focus is about volunteering and all that, and then I'll speak to that person.
Yeah.
He said they stopped their giving. They stopped supporting him. Like, they just got, I was like,
okay.
So, but then he reached out to, another church actually reached out to him. And so he said this church, they knew, like, they are trying to stay away from the quote unquote church model of community involvement. And they were like, no, what we want to do is literally have, because he said this church is more of younger folk that are, working like in their 30s or 40s, something like that.
Yeah.
He said that church, their thing was, their way of doing community impact is sending people out and actually go and help and actually do something. So they were like, so what are the needs? And he gave them, and they showed up. So they would show up. So he was listed like a bunch of stuff, from not only tutoring, paying somebody's home, actually building something. Like, they were doing a bunch of stuff like people in the community needed. So he was like, oh, I'll take that. Instead of them giving him money, he's like, no, our way of giving is labor.
Right.
Like, coming and actually building something, doing something, labor wise, so that they can have or be better with it. So I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what Mill City is doing. Yeah. Like, there are times that we give, don't get me wrong. We're not saying don't give at all.
Right.
But we're just saying, however, though, like, I'll give it is like, how can we help? How can we get volunteers to come in and do something?
Yeah.
Not just giving money like that. No, we're staying away from that.
Right.
I mean, we do that, don't get me wrong, but
money helps sometimes, but like,
it does.
Labor also helps.
Labor goes a long way, because in labor you develop a relationship with the people, and actually they get to see what you're doing. You can actually help and teach, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
But it's developing the relationship is the key.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like, that's what it's about. It's not just here you throw money. So yeah.
Am I nearly halfway through this book? I'm like, wait, how far am I?
I don't know.
Nah, I'm a little bit less than 100 pages. Not halfway just yet.
Okay, but just tell us what the chapter you're reading, though.
I've actually read a couple chapters.
Okay, well, fine. Well, tell us about the one you read.
Okay, so first of all, these chapters are short. Okay, these are short chapters.
Okay.
I started on chapter 11, and now I'm in the middle of chapter 13. I'm almost done. Chapter 14.
And that's 19 pages?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm nearly 20 pages ish. Anyways,
all right, but go ahead.
But anyways, as far as how far I've gotten, so the point. Let me see. Actually, did I even talk about the synopsis? I probably didn't even talk about the synopsis. But anyways, this is a story following two British Ghanaian people. We have the male main character here, who is pretty much our central main character, but this story is written in second person. It's not you're not in his head, but you're in. How do I explain second person writing? Because this is actually like the most intense second person writing I've ever read, but I really, really like it because it's saying like, at you as if you are the character, even though you're really the reader. So you're getting a sense of like what the character, how he's feeling and stuff, and how he interacts with other people, but in the sense of that the story is talking about you.
So basically, he's bringing you to the story.
Yes, the author is bringing you to the story.
That's okay.
Yes, thank you, Mom, for making it less words.
I know. I was like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Okay. Anyways, so he is a photographer and she is a dancer, and they meet each other in like a pub because this takes place in London and stuff. So there's a lot of British terms in here. I'm like, it's not a bar, pub, whatever. Yeah. So I'm just right now we're pretty much in the. It's really interesting because they're not officially together, not like a couple or anything. They still definitely have this. There's definitely a strong connection between each other. This is definitely more like a love story because the way that they're met is because of the fact that this girl, she had a boyfriend who's friends with him. But so when they met, it's like, there's definitely a spark there. There was a spark there. So things with her and like his friend, fell the wayside, and maybe they might be coming together, kind of thing. Not totally sure where we're going with it right now, but we're really just trying to see in like our homeboy's perspective here, like how he's feeling about that, but also just being a young British Ghanaian man here too, because we get a little bit of his family. It's not really a big thing either, but just really like his life.
Hold on. Let me slow you down.
So
So the way she met him is through her boyfriend.
Yeah, who is his friend in the pub, because they want to be, because the friend, the boyfriend, the friend of the guy here. I don't know why my names. I think it's Samuel. Yeah, okay. Samuel. I actually don't really know her name, so we're just gonna go with that. So Samuel introduced them, but then I think if you could see, there was something going on between them. There was a spark, but nothing physical takes has happened.
Whatever. It starts
but emotionally, something happened.
Emotionally. Go ahead.
So yeah, that's pretty much what this is. Really, it's just falling back.
And then her boyfriend having issues.
Well, they broke up, but they might come back together. I don't know. It's been kind of weird. It's a very weird gray area, but they're officially broken up. They're not officially together, but they might be.
Okay. In the meantime, now they're broken up. What's going on with him?
Well, these two are actually spending time together. Like they were working on like a project with his photography and stuff. But even with that, they still working, but clearly, getting a little bit closer emotionally.
First of all, do we know how her boyfriend split? Like what happened? Why did they break up?
Not really. This is just really focusing on the guy's perspective, really. So don't get too much on that detail unless she says anything. And honestly, we don't know that. But we do know is that that they not. So I'm like, I don't know. But yeah.
Well, all the ladies up in here watching, y'all already know. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's all I want to know. That's the detail I want to know. I'm like,
But yeah, but
he didn't say how they broke up, huh?
No. But I think we all know that it's pretty clear. And actually, we just got a confrontation from Samuel with him, because they haven't actually talked in a while, because they actually kind of felt like no longer friends. Because Samuel said that, wait a minute, because he saw when he introduced them.
What? Girl, you didn't detail. What?
I'm getting there, Mom. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, people. See, this was like with my mama. Anyways, what was I?
Detail.
I'm getting there.
Okay, so him and his friend had issues because what now?
Because Samuel had issues with him because he saw when they introduced. He saw it. He knew it was obvious, and he was mad because like I can tell that my two people close to me are falling in love with each other, but then y'all not gonna be honest with me and tell me that y'all want to do that.
Well, there you go.
So that's where Samuel feels like, dang, you're not gonna at least be honest with me. So I'm like, honestly, I can see that.
I can see that.
Hurt
that makes
on
sense.
Both sides here.
Absolutely.
So,
makes sense.
Because if you're gonna fall in love, you might as well just be honest. But right now they're not being fully honest, even with each other, even with themselves, though. Especially with the main character, like he knows that he has a desire to want to be with her, but he just doesn't want to. I guess in the words of the book itself, and more like he doesn't want to give desire he doesn't want to say the desire out loud
because why?
Because it's like it'll take shape. It's like become a real thing.
It's already a real thing.
Yeah, but like he doesn't want to admit that to himself. It's more of a delusional thing.
I ain't got time. They gonna write that.
It's a delusional thing. I'm like, at this point, you might as well call it is.
It's better to say it out loud, get it out on the table, and then let's discover. Yeah. Let's dig into it and find out, okay, what's going on? Why am I having attraction with you? Let's, and dive into it.
I mean, the both of them don't even want to get into it. It sounds like, apparently
people need some therapy, but all right, we move on.
Clearly, but I still have more of the book left, so we'll see how that goes. I have no idea they end up together at the end. I'm like, I don't know what happens.
Who knows? With that toxic start, I don't know. It's dysfunctional. Anywho, okay, go ahead.
Right, let's go to the comments. We've been talking for a minute.
I know.
Anyways, hello, Northworthy Fiction joined right before the sprint started. Read 10 pages of No Fling by Willie Collins. Oh, you're new here, so hello. Hi. So No Name. I've never heard of this one. Where? No Name. Oopsie. I think I put too many spaces.
No. In the wrong spot. That's what it was.
No Name. Willie. Red.
That one? Oh, you missed it. This one?
No.
Nope.
That's not it.
Okay.
No, Will Key. There you go. Or this one, I think.
Got it.
Is this a mystery? This is a long book, though.
Wow. 744. Girl.
Maybe it's not the right one. I don't know. But
no, ask her.
Is it a mystery? Question mark?
Yeah, is it mystery?
Is it also like over 700 pages? Or is it a long book? Sound like that?
Yeah, talk to us.
I'm very curious. And also, hello.
Inquiring minds need to know this.
Yes, and you are new to the channel, so hello. I am very curious to know about you. It was my wrong one. Okay. Didn't get far into Housemaid of Dawn. The author writes really flowery and I don't feel smart enough to understand.
Let me tell you, I can't do it. I'm with you now. Just give me the meat and potatoes. In one hand, I understand. Wait,
who? Huh?
Hi. No, we're in the middle of something. Go away, we're recording. Anywho, on one hand, I understand you want to show your gifting and how you can be loved and all and all. That's great and all. Also, at the same time, however, can you please bring it down? Let it have legs. Give us some meat and potatoes so that I know what you're talking about. Get to the point. Like, don't give me all this. Oh, and they were out there in the outside. Oh, they're in the hills with the leaves all like. Okay, that's great. What's going on? Why are they out there? Tell me what's going on.
See, here's the thing about flowery language. For me, I like it, but it depends on genre and the page length. You know what? Because if it's short and flowery, I can deal with that because it's only short fiction. But if you're giving me something that's like over 300 pages, 400 pages, why am I reading something that's so flowery? Unless at that point I must just get the audiobook. Because at least in the audiobook, I have an audiobook narrator making it sound like somewhat real. I don't know why that works in my brain for that. Okay. But yeah, I do like it, but I do prefer something more lyrical than flowery. Like Open Water is like lyrical to me. We go straight. This one is like, we're straight to the point, but also like it's how do I explain it? I don't know. It's just giving me an emotional. It's an emotional read and
straight to the point. It tells you what's going on, what's happening.
Mostly, I mean, it's also a contemporary lit fic, so like it's not trying to be too flowery now.
Okay,
well, so like the genre-wise, it makes sense in that way.
But yeah, I guess you're right.
But I can definitely make sense. Like, yeah, you don't feel smart enough to understand. I'm like, oof, that's messed up.
I don't like. Anyway.
Yeah, 100% on point. I'm gonna have to pick up that book soon. I think it's regarding your book, the Toxic Charity one.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because you're talking a lot about that one.
No, it's very, especially, serving in a church that's not, and the whole thing. Oh, you need to make an impact, and yes, absolutely. However, we want to do it where, it is working with people, but not walking for people, if that makes sense. Like, we're coming alongside you to help you get on your feet and, be your own person. Like, and it's supposed to be temporary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not supposed to be like on you for no, that's not, even as parents, we don't want you to stay with us to death do us apart.
Nah.
No.
Even as a child, we want to not.
It's come on, raise you, and then okay, time to be on your own. Amen. And it's not to say you never call me, but yeah, if you do call, it's like, oh, okay, you maybe to give up my opinion, or you're asking for wisdom, or suggest. Then yeah, I can get that.
Or we're in a financial struggle. We need to stay here for temporary.
Right. That's temporary. Yeah, that's different. So in that same way, it's like no, it's with people, not for people. So that's why I'm reading it.
Yeah. So this is for the newcomer. Hello, you new. Just found out searching on sprints. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I just put reading sprints. So some people come here when they just search up reading sprints, live reading sprints, and then I show up.
Okay. Well, hello. I'm glad you found us and you stopped by. Yay. My copy is 6. Oh, so she said her copy is 600.
Wait, hold up. Now we got Noteworthy. I've never heard of that book.
Yeah. So yeah, and this is 600 pages.
Also, that is the long one. So I guess Storycraft got us messed up a little bit. That's okay. People put in stuff. So but at least we found it's the right one.
But still, it's a lot.
Yes,
it's a long book now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a fast read. Okay, funny and mysterious. Don't read any descriptions. They tend to contain spoilers. It's some spoilery synopses. I hate that. I hate it when publishers put spoilers in a synopsis. Just make it short.
Because then there's no point of reading the book then if you do that.
Yeah, like why can it be
it's already long as it is.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Right. Okay, yeah, so don't read the synopsis then. All right. Cool. Good to know. Oh, I can relate. Yes, lyrical sounds like the way to express smoother pacing. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. My brain doesn't know how to spell that.
Listen, we learn all the words, okay?
Yes, but that's why I prefer lyrical writing versus flower writing. And if it's flowery, short bursts, please don't make it like 300 plus pages.
Ooh.
I mean, I think there's only one book I probably read that was like 500 plus about-ish. That was kind of flowery. And that was like The Starless Sea by Aaron Morgenstern. But I read that one via audio though, because I could not do it physically. I don't like reading it physically, but listening to the audiobook was nice because first of all, there were multiple narrators because there was multiple shifts of the story. So it helped my brain to understand what was going on because it's a pretty confusing story anyways. It's also like fantasy, so that makes sense. So yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, flowery writing in like fantasy is similar, but also kind of different than flowery writing in like lit fic. Because in fantasy, you're in especially if it's in a different world or you're going through multiple worlds or an alternate world, it gets confusing. At least in a literary fiction book, sure, it just sounds flowery. It sounds pretty. I'm like, okay. So lit fic, I'm fine. Fantasy, please, no. Don't be lyrical. Don't be flowery.
Because people be confusion.
Yes. Like I just can't.
Okay.
Yeah, your book sounds like disengaging from colonial constructs like biciviorism. Yes.
Come on.
Yep.
You bet. Come on. Speak on it.
Yes, speak truth.
Come on. That's exactly right.
Oh boy, let's see how we can pronounce this because this is
discuss that.
Yes, this is a author that she's actually recommended to me once.
How you pronounce it?
Why are we messing this up?
We do not want to miss this name. What what you said. It's on the screen. They see it.
Yes, and actually I do want to read this author's book because I do remember from, let's see, where's this author from again? Why am I always forgetting where this author is from? I keep forgetting, but I feel like I keep forgetting because I don't own or I've read anything from this author. So that's why I'm like, my brain cannot remember. Come on now. There you are. Kenyan, yes. Kenyan author. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. He definitely has like a bunch of words.
It's a real thing.
Yes. What was it? Yes, Devil on the Cross. This is the book that I was recommended. Yes. This was actually originally written in one of the languages in Kenya, but then was translated. There's actually a few of his works that are just in the original language that are not translated, which I think is awesome. Personally. So yes, this is self-translated by the author as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, then good. Then that means
it's like
he's able to actually articulate what he's trying to say without it being lost in translation. Because there's some words you can't really translate correctly, and it don't do well.
Yep. Babel and Arcane History by R.F. Colonialism talks all about like language and translation. It's like things get lost.
Trust me.
And sometimes purposefully too.
I speak 2 languages. This is how I know. There's just some words you just I can't. It's challenges. Like I can't. It doesn't convey the same thoughts or the same
what's the word?
Right,
same thoughts, same
you know what I'm trying to say,
context, right? Or
that's feeling, whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to
something right. We're gonna try and figure it out.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
So
she found out.
Kenya. You're right. I was trying to remember. I was like, couldn't remember. I know it's from West Africa somewhere. So yeah, Kenyans. Yeah. So
it's not West Africa.
Is Kenya not in West Africa? Is it in East?
It's East.
Wrong direction. Anyways.
Pray for her. I'm gonna have me a map of the world out here so you can see.
Yeah, I was like, where was it again?
Kenya's definitely West.
I was like, my bad. Sorry. To anyone who's Kenyan who watches this, I'm sorry. East Africa. My bad.
Sorry. It's all good. We good.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
So what you try? What's next?
So we want to do another 30-minute, or you want to try 40-minute?
We can do 40. Or do you want to do 30? It's up to you. I mean, you're the boss. I'm just here.
Well, you the guest. So okay, we'll do 40 then.
Okay.
All righty. So this would be to like about 45. Oh yeah. Whoops.
Oh yeah.
Read unto 45. I need to charge my laptop. You gotta charge your laptop charger around here. Not that one. Mine doesn't work like that. It's the long one.
What do you mean the long one?
Like the old ones, like the old laptop charger thing. You know.
I cannot help you.
I'll get my charger.
Just get your charger. We have a thingamajig over here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just started, and then you go get your charger and other things.
Yeah.
All right. Just hit start, and then we'll.
Okay. Let me get the things already. Anyways, we'll come back, reconvene it at 45.
All right.
Bye bye. Salutations, everyone. That was the end of our next sprint. Let us know in the chat how far you've gone. If you've been reading, my mom, she's been finished reading, but then she
I have story. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but we also got distracted at the beginning of the sprint too. So like I didn't read as much. The story. I was like, I didn't read as much. Where was I? What page did I stop at?
You didn't put a bookmark on it?
I did put a bookmark, but I'm trying to remember where I stopped before, so I know where I started. I'm trying to remember.
So you're trying to remember where you started from and then where you ended. Because the way you say it is confusing, girl.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you go. You don't remember? Because you said you were 19 pages.
Yeah, I read 19 pages, but I was trying to remember what page I stopped at. Okay, somewhere around here. Okay, I remember now. Okay, found it.
Yeah, and then there's a quote you saw that you want us to talk about. But before that, how you want to go? You want to talk about this and then read comments, come back to this? We're
going to talk about this first and then read the comments.
Let's go.
So I read about another 18, 19 pages.
Okay. So there was a quote that you were like, ooh. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I found it.
Okay.
So this is a quote that I read literally the beginning of when we're trying to get back into reading, and I feel like really captured what I was really trying to talk about with the story, at least regarding the part of the story with these two characters that my mom was like about with these two.
I got questions. Okay.
Yeah, so I found the quote that I think is the best way to explain it.
All right, let's go.
You, as in you reader, but also really the main guy here. You think about what it means to desire your best friend in this way. You think about holding on to this feeling for so long, holding it down, holding it in, because sometimes it's easier to hide in your own darkness than to emerge, naked and vulnerable, blinking in your own light. You think about whether she has been doing the same.
Interesting.
I think that's the best way to really describe these two.
So rather stay in the darkness than be vulnerable and come out to the light?
Yes, it's really just this, pretty much like, you know how I feel sometimes, you know, when I just like, you know what, I'm just going to keep my feelings to myself instead of saying it out loud.
I think a lot of people can relate. Let me bring this down. I think a lot of people can relate to that, though.
Yeah.
Because being vulnerable, it's a lot. First of all, it's risky because you don't know how the person's going to receive you. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one.
Because they have their own vulnerabilities too.
And honestly, being vulnerable is like being butt naked, but, you know, emotionally speaking.
Exactly. That's what it's naked.
Who wants to be naked in front of I don't know. Anybody trying to be naked in front of nobody.
Especially emotionally, you know, like emotional vulnerability like that. That's a lot.
I mean, being physically, there's some people probably are more comfortable being physically naked than emotionally naked. Give me the emotional, even though I'll be crying though. And especially also if you've tried it and other people have abused you or manipulate you because of that, it's so challenging to do it again and again and again. But at the same time, you need to. But
But I think that's also probably that a little bit too. Is like if you've been afraid to be vulnerable. It's like also another part of this story. It's not just between like the love story between these two characters, but also the fact of just being Black and British in a society that is, you know, racist pretty much. And that pretty much experience. In fact, there was actually literally a scene with police brutality and racism. So kind of wearing that, but there is actually a police brutality scene with not the main character, but with another Black boy that we don't know name of, but it's something that he's witnessing or he's found like a clip of, like that kind of like that one. And also even for him too, he's also experienced like police just like following him, or they're asking like, hey, you fit a description because there's been robberies kind of thing. And I'm just like, see, that's another kind of scary thing too. So I feel like that's also plays another part to the story for both of them. But of course, you know, we're only getting from a Black Ghanaian man's perspective. I feel like it's the same thing with her too, but like, you know, really, I feel like it's more on what Kayla's doing, Nelson knows and understands. So I think that part of the story makes sense. I would prefer to know her side too, but you know, I think we can just write with what we know. We'll stick with that. Yeah. But honestly, yeah, that's another layer to this story that I think also plays a part to that emotional vulnerability for both of them is that sense too, which I think is something that a lot of just people of color regarding just trying to connect with other people can feel that way, I think. At least in some extent. And I don't know if it always means that way, but I feel like a little bit bleeds into it. Or at least the I don't know. I don't know if it makes any sense, but I'm already losing my train of thought. I don't know. My brain just be doing that, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I found that an interesting quote.
But they're still, talking to each other and stuff. Sure,
So how much? Yeah.
So time, you know, been passing by and stuff, and now it's in summertime, and I think she goes from like London to Dublin and stuff because I think she's in school or something. But now it's summer break, so now she's in London, so now they're hanging out again, kind of thing. But yeah, they're just talking about there's a lot less of like actually talking, but more like with language in their body, really. But also they talk about things regarding how they feel, being more emotionally vulnerable, I think, but not like being outwardly with their desires. But sure, maybe they're just being emotionally vulnerable, like what they're feeling regarding like the world around them, I think. Okay. Yeah, but I think I'm about halfway there now, finally.
Okay.
Something like there.
Yeah,
made it on to page 89.
All right. That sounds good. Well, I finished my chapter, accomplished my goal. Hey. And so to top off or to finish the chapter, he actually gave an example of Salvation Army, how they received a whole lot of money, more than let me make sure I get the number right. I think it's 87
million.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Sheesh, 87
and they
million.
got it from this guy, I guess, who opened McDonald's.
What the?
Yeah. And so he was saying how as soon as they got that money, man, listen. Because the thing about Salvation Army is it's known for just getting just a nice building right in the neighborhood, not too big, not requiring a whole bunch of parking spots, so that it's accessible for people in the neighborhood. But he said as soon as they got this money, man, they're trying to build this huge, humongous building, which require a whole bunch of parking lot. And of course, people in the city was fighting that because that's a lot. The city already was congested. And then if you're going to add this, that means you're going to buy more homes you're going to knock down just to create space. And it was a lot. So he was like, yeah, people started fighting against that because it's like, nah, man. Like, so he was like, no, the reason why Salvation Army was working is because it was smaller and it can fit within the neighborhood, so it can help the people in the neighborhood.
Right. It's there for people locally.
Exactly. It's not this whole big humongous building. Yeah, exactly.
It's literally just there for community.
And he's like, hey, there's places for that. Like if you're in the suburbs and stuff like that, yeah. The big mega churches, the big hospitals and all that. Yeah, absolutely. Because they have the land. But if you're in the city, like that's not, that would not work. So that's how he ended this chapter 5. That's how he ended it. And get into chapter 6,
which is
no quick fixes, which we like to do. But let me tell you, when you're trying to help people, it don't.
Nope,
it don't work like that. So it'll be interesting to watch that. So anyway, to get into my story of how I just stopped at that.
Oh yeah, we got to get to that story. So
Before we do that.
Should we go comments then?
Let's do comments.
Okay, let's talk about
that's not my book.
Right, let's not talk about books at all. We're gonna be going out times. Let's talk about book stuff. Yeah. So hey Knack, just came back from a walk reading the Galaxy and the Ground Within tonight. Yes, we saw this. So this is the 4th book in the 4th novella book in the Wayfarers series by Becky Chambers.
Gotcha.
Which is a sci-fi series.
Gotcha.
So, hello, Dana. Happy that you made it for these sprints. Yes, glad that you made it as well. Reading a bit from the Quran. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Come on. Let's go.
Yes, I have actually been following Dana for a while, and she has been reading the Quran for a while now. I think it's like a week. It's been a few days, Dana. I don't remember how long you've been reading that thing, but power to you, though.
Yeah, let us know like what has grabbed your attention since reading it. I
think it's really because of the ethnic cleansing and genocide that's going on in Palestine right now, and then how we're especially with a lot of Palestinians are talking about this.
That's why she's reading it. I'm saying now she's reading it. What is she getting? Like what is?
What she's learning from it.
That's what I'm asking.
That
was her reason why to read it. I want to know what is it that you're getting from it.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So yes, that's the question of you.
That's my question.
Yes. So next thing, 18 pages and so much drama has happened. Dang, you just said it's a fast-paced book, so
you did.
So it makes sense if some drama's going. Let us know what's this juiciness.
Listen, I want the tea, girl. Come on.
Yup. Hello. Yes, Pro's walk went well.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yep. Hi, Dana. I haven't heard of that book. Yes, just the Quran. It's if you don't know what the Quran is, it's pretty much just the religious texts of Muslim people. So that's the religious texts, like the Torah for Jewish people and the Bible for Christians.
Yeah, but I don't know if she responding to that though, because this is back. I don't know if that's the response to that question, but hey, we here.
Oh, maybe not.
Nope. I think she's talking about another book.
Okay.
We don't know which book she's.
Yep. All right.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Let us know what book you're talking about, girl.
55% through your book. Don't remember where I started though. I know it feels like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lovely walk.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, the Black and Blue Collar Reader. Loved my review of The Spirit Custard Water. Best book I've read all year. Yeah, I read this in September. So this is if you don't know, The Spirit Custard Water is written by Sam Jimenez, who is a Filipino author.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's Filipino American.
Okay.
So this is a standalone. It's a big chunk of a book. Actually, you know what? Let me get the book itself.
Yeah, you go get it while I tell them the story. Why you going? So why she's going to get this book? Let me tell you what happened. So I bought the Spider-Man game, not the newest one, but the first one because it came out on PlayStation 4 because that's the system I have. So one of my other daughter wanted to play it. And I told my son, hey, try this game, maybe you like, because I bought the game, tried it. Girl, listen, too many mechanics, too many swinging around. It was too much for me. So I was like, nope, this is not my kind of game. So what had happened was we started looking for the disc. We see the cover. We don't know where the disc went. We're looking at all the other DVD cases, could not find all the game cases. And guess where we find it? My son finds it in his room in another case with another game with a disc in it. I was like, well, here we are. Because I'm just like, how do we lose that? I mean, how do we lose that game? How is that possible? But anyway, found it. So they're playing it. They're having a good time. Anywho, got the book.
Yeah.
That was fast. Dang.
I mean, it's
only was this Speedy Gonzalez? What in the world?
It was only downstairs.
Yeah, but that was fast.
Anyways. So yeah. This is The Spirit Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. It's a chunker of a book. It's like over 500 pages.
Woo.
But this is a fantasy.
No, wait, hold on now. This is all you. This is all your thingamajig.
Yeah, that's all my annotations. I love the book. It took me months to read it.
All right, go ahead, Chad.
Yeah, so this is his sophomore novel because his debut was The Vanished Birds, which I read in January, and I actually love that book. 5-star. But this one, I think this is the best that he's written. It's the most recent one. This came out last year.
So was this not 6-star, 7-star?
It's a 5-star, but it's just a favorite. Best book. Like, I highly recommend people to read it, especially if you're into fantasy. So this is a fantasy literary book, but it's a standalone though, so that makes it really good. So this is like a story within a story within a story. So there's layers. Whoa. Yes. That's what I love about it so much about it. And honestly, it's just best just to go into the story without knowing anything about it. Just know that it's fantasy and that it's a story within a story within a story, but it's also queer too. Okay. So that's all you're gonna know. And also watch my review if you want. It's spoiler free. All my book reviews on YouTube are spoiler free unless I tell y'all. But it's spoiler free so that anyone can click on it, get what they need to know, and all that stuff. It's really beautiful. This is like a good example of a lyrical book. Not flowery, but lyrical and emotional. All the things, and also it's perfect if you're a fan of Princess Mononoke, like Studio Ghibli. It's like a darker version of that.
Really, girl. Okay.
I'm just saying. Look, Mom, if you get back in your reading fiction game, I'm like,
I would love to. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I don't know, y'all. I'll pray for me. Anyway, all right, go ahead. Next, I don't know where you at.
We're over here. We gotta scroll back.
I know.
Hello, Sap. You're definitely new around here. Wafer is my favorite series of all time. Hello, new. Yes, hello.
Hi. Welcome.
Dang, we got some new people around here. I'm like, dang.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Okay, all right.
I'm glad you stopped by.
Yeah, what you reading if you're here to read? We're here just to chill and vibe.
Trust me, I'm chilling and vibing too. I read my little thing, but I'm chilling and vibing.
Yep.
And I got stories.
Yep. Let's see. No, yeah. So engagement, death, and possibly second death. I haven't read so many mystery. Wow, this is all the setup. This is set up. This is interesting. Someone got engaged. Someone died, and then there was probably a second person that died.
What in the?
Damn.
Wow.
Okay, and we haven't got to part of the synopsis yet. That's spoiled. Okay, all right,
girl. All right, I'm intrigued now. Okay.
Okay, so this is Dana answering your question. I've really been loving how God is depicted as constantly forgiving and providing. That He doesn't expect perfection and instead rewards those who repent.
Okay.
And this is the second part. I also love how the Quran really focuses on equality and generosity. That giving to others and being respectful are key tenets, while also not demanding forcing the religion.
Okay. All right. This is good.
All right.
This is good.
Yeah, because I've never read the Quran, honestly. So this is real good to know.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yes. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, the whole book should be tabbed. So amazing. Yes.
Child, first of all, the fact that you use tabs that coordinate with the color of the cover of the book.
I did it purposely because
obviously. Wow. But anyway, go ahead.
Yep. I need more people to read this book.
Oh my gosh. No, it's good.
Wow, that sounds like it might heal my religious trauma. I've loved the passages you've shared on your Instagram story. So yeah, this is regarding Dana, because Dana has been taking pictures and sharing on her Instagram stories. Sure. Yeah, sharing on your Instagram stories that I've seen. I'd like to read it myself at some point.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually been seeing some other people starting to read the Quran too.
Okay, good. Let's go.
I'm like, yeah, it's actually really nice to see that because I've never really read it. So I never really know what's actually in it unless someone tells us. So yeah, this is just really nice to know.
I think we have a Quran in the church. So I'm actually.
We do?
I think so. Was of course in our study.
Well, so yeah, but I didn't know we even have a copy at all.
Well, yeah.
I just always thought it was Bibles.
No, we have the Quran too.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I might have to pick that up, Marty, and just read it. I've read little bit pieces of it when I was in school, but never actually sat and read the whole thing. So that might be something I might end up doing.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, perfect. Lyrical book, perfect description. Yes, it's very much lyrical. Not flowery, but perfect way of the flow. And it's just like in Princess Mononoke, in the sound and not like the soundtrack, but the score with the beat of the drum, the sound of war, it kind of gives that kind of feeling. Especially with actually the title. If you read the book and you have the title, it has to do something with the drums.
Gotcha.
Something with the beat of music. And it's all part of like, it's very much heavily influenced and talked about with Filipino folklore and mythology. So best piece of literature. And I also do recommend reading it physically or with an ebook. I really do not recommend the audiobook. Personally, I don't.
Gotcha.
And also I've heard from other Filipino like readers who have listened to the audiobook that they said that the audiobook narrator, when they speak in like have a Filipino accent or something regarding with dialogue, it's like not accurate or it doesn't sound right.
Wait, first of all, so they select someone who is not even Filipino native?
Honestly, I don't really know the ethnicity of the audiobook narrator, but one thing I know is that the narration was not good.
See, that's like horrible.
That's what I'm like, ugh, you know what? Nah. So yeah, recommend it physically or audiobook. But also look at the end pages. It has a map. Focusing on like the world itself.
All right, we can say you love this book. Okay, we move on.
Yes.
Because you did not even read this book. You just got too excited already. All right,
I did read it. I read like
no, not. I'm saying about now.
Oh, well,
exactly.
This is a book channel, so we don't know. They don't know. I made a whole video for it.
Exactly. All right, let's go.
Yes, it's been really wonderful as someone who also has religious trauma.
Got it.
Yeah. And another reply to that. I just read Something Wicked this month, and it was my second favorite book of the year. Because I think there is a book with that title, Something Wicked This Way Comes, but I don't remember. I think that's channel name was regarding that book, or maybe it's something to do with Macbeth. I couldn't remember. I still cannot remember. I was like, wait, was it Macbeth related, or was this another book? Because there is another book, something about something this wicked this way comes. There's a book like that. I was like, oh, that's what it is. Okay. Yes, so we can also start our next sprint.
Okay. Is this our last one, or I don't know how many sprints you're trying to do?
I do several sprints. I mean, you said you're going to be here for like 3 hours, so like, why not?
3?
You want to be here for 3 hours?
What time is it? Girl, no.
Well, okay, fine. Well, this will be our final sprint then.
Okay. Because I got to get ready for church tomorrow. It's already 5.
Okay, fine. We'll do one more sprint. Let's finish up in comments. I'll also be hopefully starting The Deep.
Okay.
By River Solomon. Yes, I actually also read The Deep. I read all of River Solomon's books.
Okay.
I read Unkindness of Ghosts, Zaraland, and then The Deep.
Okay.
So The Deep is like a short. It's kind of like as short actually as this.
Okay.
But this one follows like it's pretty much based on a mermaid, a black mermaid, but it's based on the fact that these black mermaids were formed because of enslaved African women that were thrown off the ships and they gave birth. So it's also about generational trauma and how this society of mermaid people, these black mermaids, they pass on the memory of that trauma to just one person. So then everyone else, they're like, oh, kind of like we did it, but it's only one person who remembers. And they always have one person generation after generation. It's like, that's a lot. I'm like, that's a lot. Wow. Yeah. Right. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of warnings on that one, but it's so good though. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
But oof, that's a lot.
That's a lot. All right. Yep, that one.
Oh, by the pricking of my thumb, Something Wicked This Way Comes. It's a quote from Macbeth. Okay. Oh, gotcha. So I chose a reference to that. That's why I thought. I was like, I knew it was something to do with Macbeth, and I love Macbeth. Macbeth's like my favorite Shakespeare play, but I haven't read it since like sophomore year in high school.
Me too. But actually, that was my favorite though. All the shit, yeah.
Best.
Oh, you got asking me. Oh, child.
Oh wait, hold up. I didn't get it. Oh, what's the name of the book Mom is reading?
Toxic Charity. It's all how we give and make sure that in giving that we do not make the recipients dependable, but instead empowering them. So reading it to give me language. I already know it's just to give me language.
Yes.
On how to discuss it, teach it, express it, on how to give in a way that whoever's receiving it has dignity. And it's empowering them to stand on their own 2 feet and get out of poverty. So,
yeah, I think Brooks, Girls and Prayers explained it as like dismantling of colonial structures,
right,
and white saviorism.
There you go.
That's pretty much like a sort of version of that lesson. But like,
she had all the words.
I mean, I like your description though.
Yeah, but the reason why I don't want to use the word white is because it's honestly anybody who has wealth. Unfortunately, you just think, oh, you just give. It's like, no, like there's a way to give that empowers a person, not the person depending on you to always keep giving them.
That is true, because sure is definitely a lot of white people who are rich, but there are also people of color who are rich that also do like that as well.
And this is not only United States, so
that's true. It's mostly the West, really. That's where a lot of money power comes
whoever
from.
got the money. So so it's giving me language.
Yeah. So that's what my mom was reading.
That's what I'm reading.
But she already read her chapter, so she's good. I'm going to try and make a video. Haven't put one out in 3 months. Enjoy your evening, everyone, and go read Freguson water. Okay, well, thank you for being here. And I hope you make your video.
Yep.
I know there's a lot to talk about that book, but sometimes you just say what you got to say, even if it's rambling. That's what I do. I just keep talking. And hopefully editing me doesn't hate video me. Yes, the only Shakespeare I've read that I've enjoyed, but I do love it. Yeah, I will say I've only read which ones have I read? I've read Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Macbeth.
I read all of them things. Macbeth is the only one I liked.
Which all these things? You read A Midsummer Night's Dream? Hamlet?
Yeah, that
the Romeo and Juliet.
Girl, listen, that's in English class, like that's a requirement.
Yeah, but are there any other ones? Because those are the only ones I've read.
Those are the only ones I remember. I genuinely remember enjoying Macbeth. That's all I remember. The rest of them, I'm like,
they're forgettable.
And especially if the language, because oh my god, we're reading it in not mid English. What do they call it?
Old English.
Not Old English. Is the one after that?
Middle.
Is it mid English? What do they call it? Is it mid English, y'all? I don't remember. But
I think it's just called Shakespeare English, because actually Shakespeare makes up his own words, so really it's Shakespeare English. It's its own thing.
All right, well here we are.
Yeah, but anyway. Oh wait, no! I read the book "Something Wicked This Way Comes" by Ray Bradbury. I didn't know it was Shakespeare.
Oh,
that's why I also heard about that book. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay.
Hoping to edit some photos during Sprint. A college friend asked me to take photos of his wedding ceremony last week.
Oh, congratulations to your friend!
Right, all right, and also they take photos. Like that's awesome.
On, listen, that means you're good. Because you not let anybody just take a picture of your wedding now. Come on, girl.
And you have Vampires of El Norte on audiobook due soon, so I need to finish that. Right. So that's done by Isabel Cañas. I think it's a historical horror book. It does talk about like vampires, but I think what I know about the vampires is that it's not like your typical vampiric story, but I think that the vampire is supposed to be like a metaphor because it takes place, I think, before the Mexican War of Independence. I think it's before 1850s, around that time. So like 1840s Mexico.
Okay. Well, all right. Well,
yeah, cool. I really want to read this one because I've been hearing a lot of good things about Isabel Cañas' writing, and I also want to read her debut, which is The Hacienda.
Okay.
Which is like somewhat of it's pretty much like someone like Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and something like Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia, somewhere around there. They're all Gothic books. Historical horror. I'm here I like Gothic horror, so I'm gonna read.
I'm here for you. You like it, I love it for you. Come on, girl. Right.
Read Romeo and Juliet, Othello, Merchant of Venice, and Macbeth. Oh, I've never read Othello. I've heard of Othello though.
Did I read that?
It's about a black man with a white lady or something. I'm like, see, that's why I'm never gonna read that.
I don't know if I read it or if I watched it. Cause I think
there's a film adaptation.
I'm trying to think if I watched the movie of that. But I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think if I read it or if I did, but I don't. But yes, okay.
Yeah, Merchant of Venice, Venice. I don't know Venice. Yes, Merchant of Venice. Why am I saying Venice?
Girl, listen. Okay,
it's Venice. I was like, yeah, it's
English.
Venice.
I don't know about you. English is not my first language, and when you are a child of a child, your language just be mixed. It's a thing. Anyway, move on.
Yeah, let's move on. I had to memorize a passage of the Canterbury Tales. I think in Middle English.
That's it. That's the language. Thank you. That's what it's called. Middle English. Yeah, it's not Old English. It's middle. It's just like, whoo. Yes. Oh, that's it.
Memorize a whole passage?
Child, let me
tell you, never.
That Middle English. Listen, let me tell you. That they had me on a chokehold. You hear me? Regular English. I'm trying to get that together. And you're gonna put a Middle English. That's what it's called, Middle English.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what at least the one we read at school.
Yeah.
It was in Middle English. It was not in Old.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right. So let's how long we spend again? 40 or 45? How long we want to spend?
Can we do 30?
Okay, fine. We'll do a 30.
Let's do a 30. It's the last
so-
one. So people can go about and do what they want. Because it's 5 right now.
All right. Let's go up to read until 45. Something like that. It's not quite.
Right. Okay.
It don't matter. We'll just give it some change.
5:45.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so people can, do it by this Saturday. Yeah.
Well, I just say for only like 3 hours. So like
we started at 3, right?
Yeah, so 3 to like 6. That's 3 hours. That's fine. That's
almost.
Time.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
So this is the last one. It's perfect.
Yes. Oh, I'm not gonna put final spray. Oh well. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. You know what? Let me just rewrite this.
Yeah, you can edit.
I can't edit it.
Oh,
I have to rewrite it.
Oh, sure.
So let me just do this so people know they come in that this is the final sprint.
Oh, gotcha.
That's how I like to let people know because sometimes you come into a sprint, you're like, wait, is this the final one? And you're like, yeah, sorry. So this is for everyone else to know.
All right, y'all. Here we go.
All righty. So we'll see y'all at quarter 2.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the end.
But you got one out here just eating and
just eat. It's fine. Just eat your food.
I don't want to talk about my food.
Oh, okay. Anyways, that was the end of our final sprint. So let us know in the chat if y'all read, how far you read, and all that stuff. So I've been reading. My mom has been, I don't know what she's been doing. If y'all been paying attention, y'all let me know because I don't be paying attention. So I read I think I read about another 18 pages, 17 pages. And yeah, I've been liking it.
Okay. Tell us so far.
What is this? So, they're spending more time with each other again. And there's actually been parts here that actually references like the title of the book. I like when books do that. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much like open water. So pretty much like you like how how like in the sea, and you're trying to get into a water, like you're gonna swim, but you're afraid of the water, because it's cold or whatever have you. Right. You're afraid of the out there. Mm-hmm. And I think this is it's really regards to the title here with this kind of story, because now it's like, oh, they're finally jumping into saying like, maybe they, try to verbally say what they feel, maybe if they get there, but really trying to be like, they'll spend more time with each other, be more physically intimate with each other and stuff. And yeah, they're trying to get into more of the water a little bit, trying to get into that open water, the ocean, but not quite there. They're still in like the shallow parts. So, they're not quite a thing yet, but it's definitely clear. They clear to each other now. They're like, okay.
So they finally told each other?
Well, it's only one time when they were kind of like drunk when they said the I love you. Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Time out. Mm-hmm. They don't even express feelings. They have been holding it in. They get drunk and then they tell each other, I love you?
Yeah, that's what happened here. So, yeah, it says, I love you too. But in the next part, it says, like, you realize that the alcohol you were swimming in was not water. It was really just alcohol. It's like, you think it was open water, but really it's alcohol. But you can able to tell the feelings are there, but we haven't gone there yet. It's just a slow build, mama. It's a slow build.
All right, well, whatever. Okay.
But yeah, I read a lot of pages. I made it now on page 107.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I got through a lot of chunk here. The goal is, though, for me personally, is that to keep reading so I can finish it today.
Okay.
Yeah, because actually I'm reading this for a particular reading blog.
Okay.
So,
right.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Yep, so it'll be in the video.
Yeah,
Don't know when that's going to
My goal is to finish this in the month of November, so. Yeah, that's my goal. I'm in chapter 6 right now, so.
Out of how many chapters?
10.
Oh, okay. You'll get
4 more to go.
Alrighty.
I figured it out.
Okay. Let's get back to the chat. Love the jazz, by the way. Mm-hmm.
Come on, Chanteller. Go ahead. Yes, I will take credit. Yes.
Anyways, 63% through Wayfarers 4. All right, look at that.
Come on.
From 55 to 63.
Let's go.
Read 25 pages. Mind blown. I was so shocked. I mean, for the fact we're talking about engagement and possibly 2 deaths, I'm like, that was a lot. Woo. 25 pages and your mind is already blown. I don't know what to say about that. Woo. Yes, thank you, lovely people in the chat. Thank you, Kitty, your mom, for hosting. Yes, thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining us.
So busy editing, I forgot to turn on my audio. Vampires of Nurture was due back, so I started re-listening to the Murderbot series. By Marc Wells. That's a sci-fi AI robot kind of story.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes. I'm like, okay, but that sucks though on the Vampires of Nurture though, but oh well. You can always try again, putting back your hold in the library. So yeah, we're listening to the Murderbot. Okay, I've actually never read the Murderbot series, to be honest, because I don't know. There's just too many novellas. Remember, it reminds me of like the Wayfarer children series by Sean McGuire. Yeah, but that's fantasy though.
Okay.
So that's different. But like, I don't know, too many novellas. I already have a novella series I'm already invested in. I'm gonna stick to that one.
Gotcha. Sounds good. All right.
Yep. But anyways, that was our final sprint because my mama got to get ready for church for tomorrow. So we gonna, like I said, we're going to be like 2-3 hours. So yeah. So Mom, you wanna tell the people if you wanna come back? What's your experience here? It's the first time to be my guest here on the channel.
This was actually fun. So I like to, so I have 4 kiddos. She's my oldest, right? And I like to get into their world to see, hey, what you doing? What you interested in? What's going on? What's happening? So this is my way of getting into her world and see, what she does and what she has interest in and all the things. I've never heard of reading sprints. She introduced me to all that. So I was like, hey, I'll join in, and I'm trying to, finish this book. So, hey, I'm down. So I enjoyed it. This is fun.
All right. Want to do it again for later on this month?
You already have me sign in.
Well,
I'm down.
I already have my own look, y'all. I have my own personal schedule because the only thing I schedule with this channel are reading sprints. Sure. So I always plan that stuff ahead of time.
Sure.
So if I do have a guest, I want to make sure like, hey, so this day. So clearly we got a date.
Yeah.
So y'all would know the date and the time when I pulled it up. Mm-hmm. I'll schedule it, and y'all can be notified and know the stuff. Mm-hmm. Or I'll let y'all know. I'll remind y'all people.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it was fun having a guest, honestly, and I think it makes sense to have it with my mom because we have some interesting conversations. That's just how it works in our family. Like regardless, it's just me, my sibling, or our siblings with our mom. We have an interesting conversation. So now y'all are here to witness it.
Oh, this was so much fun, and thank you for engaging. I appreciate it. Get to know what you're reading and what it's about and what you get out of it. Yeah, and all the tea. So I'm down for all of it. I'm down for all of it.
That's what I love about reading sprints. It's a way for as a community to really come in together and stuff. Whether you have guests or you have people in the chat,
Sure.
We talk about books, we talk about live. We don't just talk about whatever you want. Depending on the people,
Yeah, I'm not going to read as much as she does, but
that's
I'll
okay.
be here to represent those of us that just read a little and have fun a little. I'm here for it.
Hey, that's something. Those are still readers, regardless whether you read as fast or slow, whatever.
All right.
Thank you for hosting. Hope to coach you all again. I hope so too.
I hope so too.
For our next sprint. Yeah. Thanks, had fun, and that's helped me find your channel. Yes. And now I got to see new people. I was like, ooh, okay, let's go. I like having new people come in, regular people coming in. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Let's do this.
Yep, thanks for hosting. Hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend. I hope you too as well. Mm-hmm. Yep, can't wait for the next sprints. Me too.
Yeah,
we already have December planned as well. So don't worry. November, December, we already got our sprint dates planned mostly. We have to figure out a specific time.
Sure. Oh yeah. But I'm down. I'm really having fun. This is fun.
All righty, but anyway. We have another comment?
Yeah.
I keep missing. Love the mother-daughter team. Lots of positivity.
Yes. So, girl, I need to know the 411 of that book, girlfriend. Because listen.
Because that book sounds so wild. But then again, for a book that's like 600 pages, it makes sense to be wild. Because I'm not going to read. I'm not going to read 600 pages.
If I'm going to sit down, let me tell you, that part.
It got me wild.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Well, have a good night.
Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your night. If this is night, because we're Central time, so I don't know about time zones when y'all are, especially if y'all are here the replay. I don't know what time y'all watching.
Yeah,
night, evening, morning, afternoon.
Either way, have a wonderful day.
Yes, and we hope to see all you in the next one. All right,
bye.